All right, Chris, what is Kyler Murray looking at here pre-snap?
Well, we're looking at a 2-by-2 set here. Obviously, Oakland is showing pressure here. He's noticing the front side pressure. He's seeing what looks to be masked, what he thinks is fake pressure on the bottom of the screen, but this is where the pressure is actually coming from. So as the the snap takes place, what you will see the pressure coming from the bottom. There's nobody there. He comes free. It's a five-man protection. He doesn't see it quick enough. What you've got to do is make a side adjustment. He and the receiver were not comfortable with where the pressure was coming from because you've got to get the ball out extremely quickly there. Look, you've got to identify where the pressure is coming from because that's where your hot read is. If the pressure is coming from a certain area, then that's the vacated spot that you want to dump the ball to.
If you look at the receiver at the top of the screen, Chris, that's the hot read because there's soft pressure there. If he recognizes the blitz coming from the backside, he's got to throw to that hot route on the top of the screen. And maybe the wide receiver's at fault here a little bit because he should break off his route as well, knowing the pressure's coming.
Well, here's what we don't know. We don't know what is the side adjustment call. Was it missed by the receiver? Was it missed by Tyler? You don't know what wasn't communicated. But here's the reality. You've got a couple of options. You can dump the ball. You could dump the ball out on the front side, but on the back side, that's where the issue, where the pressure's coming from. So it was a misidentified pressure. They fake pressure. They sugared the pressure from the top. The pressure was coming from the bottom. You've got to have the ability to be able to make the side adjustments when you've got outside pressure like that and you're not absolutely sure where it's coming from. You've got to make sure that both inside receivers are running a hot route. If you look at it, both of those inside receivers are going too deep. You've got to stem that route underneath, and you've got to be able to adjust on the hot route. And they weren't able to do it. So he had no time to get the ball out because no receiver had gotten open. You can't get to the depth of your route when you got five-man protections. You've got extra guys unaccounted for coming. So it's difficult to look. What I can safely say is it was not communicated properly, either from the quarterback or the receiver. It's a mix-up both ways. That's an adjustment that they have to figure out because you can't leave your quarterback in a situation where you've got five-man protection with overload pressure and you don't have a clearly communicated hot route. You've got to be able to make people pay for that. They were not able to do it because they did not identify the proper pressure look correctly.